Thailand's Immigration Bureau just officially updated its policies that will affect folks from 93 countries who enter the kingdom for 60 days stay visa exempt. These policy changes also cover the additional 30-day extension available at any immigration office. Let's review why the policy changes were needed, what they say, and who these policy changes do and do not affect. Finally, we'll talk about your options if you think you're at risk of being denied entry under these new rules. At bottom, there were folks taking advantage of Thailand's generous visa-free visitation policies. Most concerning were those crossing into Thailand running well-publicized cross-border fraud scam that victimized visitors and residents alike. There were also folks who essentially take residence here and frequently pop across the border to get stamped in for another 60-day stay. This is especially concerning to the government when visa-exempt visitors work unlawfully in Thailand and are taking jobs otherwise reserved for Thai nationals. We noticed that at the beginning of this year, immigration began questioning closely or denying entry to visitors who made frequent long-term stays. Now, this unofficial approach is now official. Here's a summary of the changes, and you can read the full policy by clicking on the link below. Diving into the essentials, first, if you're trying to enter visa exempt more than twice in a year, immigration officers can deny you entry. If you're arriving via air for a second visit and your time out of Thailand was brief, or you're not returning to your home country, you will face additional scrutiny. If you're crossing the border via a land entry, you will be questioned more closely about the purpose of your visit and your background. This is especially certain if you exited Thailand the day before or the day of your attempted re-entry into the country. In other words, you're going to find it harder to do border runs to extend your stay. Finally, let's talk about extending your stay at immigration for that additional 30-day period. If you enter by air, you will still be able to make this extension application by filling out a simple form and paying 1,900 baht. If you fly back to Thailand during the same year, your extension will be limited to 7 days. And please note that if you're entering through a land border crossing, extensions of stay will not be available to you. Hey, if you're finding this helpful, please hit that subscribe button to support our channel so we can continue to provide immigration and legal updates. Now, if you're a legitimate holiday traveler, these new policies won't affect you. Let's say you're arriving from the Netherlands for a few weeks over the winter holidays, return to your home country, and come back for your annual summer break for, say, another month. You should be admitted at the airport with no issues at immigration. Also, if you decide to break up a month-long visit to Thailand with a week, say, in Vietnam, that will also be okay. Just have your trip itinerary and flight booking out of Thailand at hand. So who should be concerned about this change? If you're anyone spending significant time here, perhaps working remotely as a content creator or consultant, or perhaps perfecting your Muay Thai skills at a local academy. If your strategy for extended stays have been border runs, you're going to need to find another solution. We also have clients who have second homes or long-term leases here, and there are clients with significant others in Thailand, but they aren't ready to relocate here, or they're in the process of waiting for visa approval for their Thai spouse or fiance to immigrate to their home country. These folks typically return a few times a year visa exempt to spend a month or two at a time at their home or with their loved one. Again, these are circumstances where we advise finding another way to enjoy these extended stays without risk of being denied entry by immigration. So what's the solution if you're a frequent visitor and it looks like these immigration policy changes apply to you? The short answer is choosing the right long-term visa for your circumstances, age, and the reason you're staying in Thailand. The good news is that you're likely to have at least a few options to consider, with one caveat. With any Thai visa, you will need to show your ability to financially support yourself, typically with money in a bank account ranging from 400 to 800,000 Thai baht, or 14,000 to 23,000 US dollars. Now, this money remains yours, but it will be tied up in your account for at least a few months. I want to add that almost every country granting long-term stay rights ask for some sort of financial assurances, and Thailand's requirements in this regard are a way to give the government reasonable confidence of your ability to support yourself. Now, for those over 50, we've covered the many visa options options available to you in a video we recently posted, and there's a link to that in the description. For anyone under 50, you also have some good options. The most popular is the 5-year DTV visa. I don't believe it's any coincidence that Thailand began tightening up border-run restrictions when this visa program was rolled out in 2024. The government fee is just 10,000 Thai baht, or about $300, and you don't need to buy annual re-entry rights. If you work remotely from Thailand, say as a content creator or for a foreign-based company, this government fee is your only expense. However, if you choose the soft power option and enroll in a cooking or Muay Thai school, the cost of a compliant 6-month study program is about 25,000 to 35,000 Thai baht. Even with this additional expense, DTV is a very cost-effective 5-year visa program offering unlimited access to the country for stays of up to 180 days at a time. Now, there's also the privilege visa program offering visa terms of 5, 10, and even 15 years. It's significantly more expensive than DTV, but you never have to leave Thailand during the visa term. You can open a bank account, and well, the privilege program offers many other privileges. This is an option you should consider if you really want to settle in here. At bottom, if you're someone who is looking to spend months at a time in Thailand, the government is sending a pretty clear message. Get a long-term visa that is appropriate for your circumstances, and know that you must get a work permit if you're ever earning money here. Otherwise, if you're a typical holiday traveler arriving for a few weeks, please don't worry about these new policies. But do remember to fill out your digital arrival card, or TDAC, before you board your flight. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'd really appreciate your hitting that like button if you found this helpful.